Let me ask you a question. Why do so many students fail their IELTS exam over and over again? Well, in this 10-minute video, I'm going to tell you the number one reason why students fail their IELTS exam over and over again. My name is Jonathan, and I've been preparing students for the IELTS exam in Singapore for almost 10 years. If you're interested in taking the IELTS exam, you need to watch this video so you don't make the same mistakes of many people who have taken and failed the IELTS exam. And if you've taken the exam and failed many times, watch this video to find out what you may have been doing wrong. So let's get started. So why do so many people take the IELTS exam over and over again, yet don't really improve and get the score they want? In my 10 years of IELTS teaching experience, more than 50%, maybe as high as 70%, do not pass, that is, get their target score, on their first try. And even though these people take it a second time, many don't improve at all, but get the same score over and over again. Here's what some students messaged me in just the past month when inquiring about attending my IELTS classes. This student attempted the IELTS test 3 times but got only 6.5 instead of his target 7.0. This student took the exam 5 times but didn't score as expected. This one took it 3 times already but couldn't improve by the 0.5 he needed. And this student attempted the exam 3 times but never achieved his target of 7.0 for each component. In fact, one student took it 15 times, yes, 15 times before attending my writing classes and finally got his targeted 7.0 only after that. Here's what he wrote. While there are a few reasons why students keep getting the same IELTS score try after try, there's one reason which stands out. And this reason is the result of not understanding the purpose of IELTS practice tests. Put simply, the reason is that students don't understand the difference between testing versus improving. In the eyes of many students, they think that they will improve when they do practice tests over and over again. So maybe they take the exam and they get 6.0 rather than 7.0. So they say to themselves, well, I got 6.0, but I need 7.0. I'm going to do many IELTS practice tests and get better, then take my exam again. I'm sure I'll improve my score if I just do more IELTS practice tests. So they go home and get new IELTS practice tests and do them under exam conditions to simulate an exam. For their listening, they listen to the recording just once like an exam. For their reading and writing, they give themselves 60 minutes each, just like in the exam. And for their speaking, they'll answer part 1 to 3 questions, just like it's in the exam. Basically, what they're doing is taking the IELTS test at home, just like they do in the actual exam hall. So what happens? They do some practice tests under exam conditions, maybe 5 or 10 or even 20, and they sit for the actual IELTS exam, and they are surprised to get the same score or a very similar score again. Now, why does this happen over and over again? You really want to know the reason why? The simple reason is that you don't take tests to improve. The reason why you take tests is to test yourself, to see what level you're at. You may be asking, but won't I improve if I go through many tests? The answer is that you may improve a little bit, but you won't improve much if all you do is take the test under exam conditions over and over again. So how exactly do you improve then? You improve in the same way you have improved since you started your English language journey. What do I mean by this? From the moment you began learning English, did you spend all the time in class taking tests? Of course not. You may take a test every so often, every week or every 1 or 2 months. But most of the time in class, you're learning sub-skills like vocabulary, grammar, understanding and producing connected speech, skimming, scanning, etc. What I'm trying to say is that you don't take practice tests under exam conditions to improve your IELTS score. You need to improve in various skills. There's no shortcut. Here are some things you need to improve in each component. For reading, you need to improve your vocabulary, skimming, and scanning skills. For listening, you need to improve your grasp of connected speech and also vocabulary. For writing, you need to improve your grammar, mainly eliminating mistakes but also using complex grammatical structures and vocabulary. For speaking, you need to improve your grammar, vocabulary, and fluency. The above are the most important things students would need to improve from my experience. Let me give you an example of what I mean by improving and not just testing as it relates to writing. For the writing task 2, one needs to write a minimum of 250 words in about 40 minutes. If all a student does is test himself, he'll time himself and give himself just 40 minutes to write the essay. Just as in the exam, he wouldn't use a dictionary or the internet. Hopefully, he'll then send his completed essay to someone for correction, and hopefully he'll learn from his mistakes and do better next time. Suppose he does this process over and over again. 5 times, 10 times, 20 times. Will he improve at the end of this process? Here are my comments. Will he improve his grammar? If he had someone capable of correcting his mistakes and he learns from them, that's great. He'll improve a bit, but probably just a bit. You see, it takes a lot of effort to improve one's grammar. I've taught grammar for 10 years as it's important for students to get 7.0 in IELTS. But I can almost guarantee that unless students put in a lot of hard work in improving their grammar, they're going to make the same mistakes over and over again. Very often in class, I will correct a specific grammar mistake, and 30 minutes later, a student will make the exact same mistake again. So if you want to improve your grammar for IELTS writing, just getting someone to correct your grammar mistakes in your essay is not going to take you very far. You need to work on your grammar outside of just learning from your mistakes pointed out when your essay is corrected. Will he improve his vocabulary? I would say probably not that much either. You see, if you take the writing test under exam conditions, 40 minutes, no dictionary, no internet, at home, you will not have time to improve your vocabulary. Basically, what you're doing is writing an essay from what you already have inside you. That is, you write based on the level of vocabulary that you already have, since taking the test under exam conditions doesn't allow you to use the dictionary or the internet. Do you see what I'm getting at? If you don't take steps outside of your practice test to improve your grammar and vocabulary, you won't be improving your grammar and vocabulary much, as testing yourself doesn't help you improve in those areas. Testing yourself simply does what it's meant to do. Test your level. It draws from what you already know inside you. Its purpose is not to put better language inside you. It's not meant to help you improve. It's not meant to help you improve your grammar or vocabulary. Based on the above, what should you be doing? To improve your writing, you should be working on your grammar and vocabulary outside of practice tests. Don't test yourself, that is 40 minutes, no dictionary, no internet, all the time. Instead, spend some time improving your vocabulary and grammar, using books, attending classes, using whatever method. And when you write your essay, give yourself more than 40 minutes to write your essay. Allow yourself to use the dictionary if necessary. Allow yourself to search for good vocabulary to use on the internet. Allow yourself time to check your grammar. That means you probably write your essay in 2 to 3 hours. But it doesn't matter. Of course, you wouldn't be given 2 to 3 hours in the exam, and of course, you can't use the dictionary and the internet in the actual exam. But guess what? These are the things that are helping you to improve your grammar and vocabulary. That's what improving entails. It's not about testing yourself, it's about improving. I hope you've learned something from what I said. If you're interested to find out more about my IELTS classes, which have helped over 300 plus students pass their exam, and where I teach more strategies to help you improve and pass the IELTS exam, go to www.ieltsuniversity.com. You can also go to /schedule to read about what I teach in each of my classes, or go to /my-classes to watch a video about what I teach in my classes, or go to /testimonials to read 300 plus testimonials of students who have passed their IELTS exam after attending my classes. Or you can go to /class-feedback to read feedback from students who have attended my classes. Lastly, you can also WhatsApp me at 9768 1054 if you have any questions. Cheers.